So we've got our body sculpt day 4 today, and we're going to be doing some upper body work. But first, we're going to start off with some breath work. So find yourself in a nice, comfortable spot, lifting up through the crown of your head, lifting out of the hips, arms relaxed by your side, and you're just going to take a nice, gentle inhale and exhale out through your nose. Nice and soft, relaxed, gentle breath. And now, following my count, you're going to be inhaling for a few seconds and exhaling for a few seconds. Are you ready? Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. 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 Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. Now let go of the breath. Just relax. Enjoy the feelings inside your body just for a moment. And then start to blink your eyes back open. Beautiful. Alright, so we're going to be going into our mobility straight away. So what I'm going to get you to do is, in the same seated position you're in, get your right hand, place it on the back of your head, and then you want your elbow as if it was in line with that right knee. Sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, you're curling your forehead down towards your chest. Elbow drives down towards your hip without pulling on the head too hard. Inhale, curl back up. Exhale, elbow to hip, nice and gentle. Inhale up. Exhale down. As you come up this next time, just swap over. So other hand on the back of your head. And sitting up nice and tall. With an exhale, we just gently tuck the head down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale. Sitting up nice and tall. Just inhaling and exhaling. Okay, as you come up the next time, just relax into the center. And we're going to move into some sternum circles. So remember, with this one, it's as if you've got a pole that's coming down through your head and coming out where your coccyx is. And then we're going to be circling the sternum, this bone here, around that pole. So we start off by pushing the sternum forwards. Push it over to the right. Try and keep your head still. Pull it back and over to the left as far as you can. Keep that head still. Push the sternum forward, around, back, to the left, and forward, around, back, to the left. Switch directions. Keep that head still. To the left, back, to the right, forward, to the left, back, right, forward. Keep circling around, really pulling that sternum around that pole. Last one. Come back into center, hands together in the prayer, and we're going to do shoulder circles. So push those shoulders forward, up, all the way back and down, forward, up, back, down. And now smooth out that circle. Again, try and keep your head still, chin slightly tucked. You don't want the shoulders to start to pull your chin forwards. Switch directions. So we go back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, smooth it out. Beautiful. And relax. Okay, so you're going to come into a half kneeling position here. So, in this mini lunge position, so my right leg is forward. I'm going to have both of my arms reaching forward, and then my left arm is circling back. Eyes follow the hand, follow it all the way back. And then each time, as you start to come forward, you start to lunge into that front leg, just very slightly. We might as well start to warm up through the hips while we're here. Beautiful. Reaching up and over, up and over. Okay, now bring this knee back in with the other one, and you're going to squeeze the glutes, arms out in front, slightly leaning back, and you're going to start to open the left arm up, bring it back to center. Open the right arm up, back to center. Squeeze those glutes, left arm back, center, right arm back, center, left arm back, center. Keep squeezing the glutes. Lean back a little bit further if you can. You don't have to bring your arms outside of your peripheral vision. Abs pulled in. We're warming up, ready for a good upper body session today. You're going to enjoy this one. Beautiful. So come back up, and now bring the other knee forward. So I had my right leg forward before, now I've got my left. Both arms are forward, and my right arm reaches back, eyes following, and forward. Reach the arm back, and forward. Start to lunge a little bit. Back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. Reach those arms. Coming back, coming forwards. Beautiful. Really nice smooth movement. Eyes following that hand. Keep the other hand straight forward and relax. So we're going to come into what is called a bear pose. I've heard it called other things. Don't mind what you want to call it. So you have your knees underneath your hips, toes curled up, just lift the shins up, they're still parallel to the mat. And we're going to bring our left foot to the outside of our hand, bring it back in, into your bear. Right foot to the outside of your right hand, back into bear. Engage through the backs of your shoulders, spiral them down towards your armpits. I know that this mobility session today is a little bit more of a workout, but that's what we want as we progress through the classes. You're going to start to increase the intensity. Okay, so now we're going to come off those shoulders, come all the way down, and we're going to roll through them. So left arm out to the side, right arm is in by my shoulder, elbow bent. I push off that bent hand and I open, leg comes out, open the hand all the way up, look back at it, coming back in, and then push across again, same side. I won't confuse you by switching, we'll just do the same side and then swap over. So coming back, then roll all the way over and open up through that arm, coming back down, opening up. Beautiful. Okay, so swapping over to the other side. I'm going to have my right arm up, left hand in by my side, and I push off that hand. I open up through the knee, arm reaches back, eyes follow the fingers, roll myself back over. And again, pushing, opening. Hand comes back to the floor, leg comes back to the floor, arm stays outstretched. How good is this one? This is one of my favourite stretches. Coming over. Oh, it's exactly what our shoulders and our spine needs before the workout that we're doing today. Not to scare anyone. Alright, so when you next come back in to the centre, get your forehead down on the mat. You want your hands, palms up towards the sky, resting on the base of your spine. And then you're going to exhale, lift those arms up and start to circle them round. When you get level with your shoulders, spin them round, palms towards the floor, over to the head, all the way back down, and again. Exhale, lift, start to circle, inhale, spin to the front, exhale, come back down. Keep going with that one, just do a couple more circles for me. Lifting the hands up and around. Keep those shoulder blades down. Keep those abs lifted. Ice cube under the belly. Awesome work. Okay, so we're coming up and we're going to do some frogs. Okay, so a frog looks a bit like this. So you have your knees out wide, and then from your heel to your knee is a straight line. So wherever you can get to with this one, it's if you've got tight hip flexors and adductors, then this one will feel really tight. So we're just doing a static frog to start with, so I just want you to gently be pushing back into your hips. Keep those abs lifted. There's not too much weight through our hands here. Nice and engaged through the backs of the shoulders. Chin slightly tucked. Pushing back. Gently pushing back. Okay, now we're going to move into some dynamic frogs. So in the position that you're in, you're going to start to do very light push-ups. So very light. You don't have to go too far down. You keep those abs pulled in, and you'll feel it in your hips. Push the hips back slightly as you're coming down. Beautiful. Coming down. Ooh, this one is so good. It doesn't feel that good when you're doing it, but it gives such good results. Should do it every day, really. But there's so many other good ones. Push it down and up. Okay, so we're going to advance this frog a little bit more. So from your position that you're in, you want your weight back in your hips. It shouldn't be coming through the wrists. And you're going to start to tap the right toe out, bring it back in line. Then the left toe, tap it out, bring it back in line with the knee. And just switch side to side. Keep your body position forward. Weight back, not coming through the wrists. I know this one is pretty sore, but it's good. It is good. Weight back, still engaged through the shoulders, abs still pulled in. And across and back. Across and back. Okay, and then gently curl your toes under and just push yourself out of this one, straight into a yogi squat. So we're in our yogi squat. We've got our hands together, knees on the insides of our knees, elbows on the insides of our knees, sorry. And then we are using our knees to push the elbows together. Then we use the elbows to drive the knees out. Knees drive the elbow together, elbows drive them out. And we're just rolling through this. Keep your chest high, chin slightly tucked, shoulders down and back, coming through. Try to start bringing your hand a little bit lower every time you're pushing your knees out, and squeeze in a little bit harder every time you come in. Beautiful. Alright, so now your hands can come down on the floor. We're going to do a yogi squat with a leg thread. So what that means, it's not technically a thread, but you're going to pick up your right leg. It's going to come across to your left hand side. Heel comes down, hip comes down, and you push yourself up, chest up. And now rock forward. Lift that right foot up and return it into the yogi squat. And the left leg comes across to the other side. Hip comes down, chest comes up. Beautiful. Pushing up off that foot. And we're just going to switch over again. Just doing a couple of these. One more. Beautiful. Hip down. And chest up. When you come back into your yogi this time, you're actually just going to stretch one leg out as if you're in a low side lunge, and you can either have your hands on the floor or up for this one. We're switching. So low side lunge switches, coming from side to side. Remember, you can have your hands down on the mat for that support. Beautiful. If you can, hands up by the chest, really driving through the heels. Drive through the heels, keep the bum back, chest lifted. This one will get easier and easier, I promise. Keep gliding side to side. Like I said, a bit more of a workout today. When you get to a side now, over to the right, you're going to come onto your hands, knee comes down, and then you rotate this back foot is going to come into the middle. Okay, other leg just slides out, hands in front, we're letting our hip come back and we're driving our hip up forward. Hip comes back, chin tucked, drive the hip forward, hip comes back. Keep that chin tucked. It's really, nothing is moving in your upper body. It's staying still. It's just your hip guiding forwards, guiding backwards, guiding forwards and backwards. You can have your hands on the mat for support, or have them up by your chest, or you can keep them on your head to make sure you're not moving your head. Alright, we're going to switch to the other side. So extending this leg out long, rotate that foot inwards, so you're in this position, and then hip comes back, hip drives forward. Keep that chin tucked. Back, just drive the hip forward. Hip comes back without touching the floor, the hip's just coming backwards and forwards. Remember, you can have your hands up and really let your hip do the work, or you can support yourself, no problem. Beautiful. Nice. Back and up. Alright, so we're going to come into some tabletop hip drives. So you've got your hands out behind you, fingers facing away, and we're just going to lift, no straighten, like keep a micro bend in your arms, just lift the hips up slightly, and we're just going to move towards the backs of our heels and then glide the bum back. It can touch the floor, move it to the backs of the heels. Keep lifted with the chest, up and out of those shoulders. Coming back, driving forward. Back, forward. Chin still tucked. Last one. Awesome. So now we're going to come up into standing. Our last mobility move before we get into that upper body work. Okay, so we're going to be doing those ab pulls. So really pulling in from the belly button, nice stable stance. Pull that belly button in, harder, harder, harder. And then rotate around to the right. Hips stay forward. Come back to center. Pull it in tight. Round to the left. Back to center. Relax. Lovely people. So you might see that I've just changed outfits. So I actually, at the end of filming the whole workout yesterday, I was like, no, I don't think so. I didn't quite feel that we were going to be up to some of the moves that I had filmed. So instead of putting you out of your comfort zone, I decided to just take it down a notch, just a notch, and refilm our Pilates section of today's session. I'm going to talk to you still about the T-zone, spinal position, breathing, cues, all of that. So if you just want to be in a nice kneeling position today instead of lying down, we're going to go straight into thinking about that T-zone. So remember, the pelvic floor is lifting up inside us. We're shortening the gap between the hip bones, crunching them together to meet that line. And then we flatten the whole thing as if we're trying to pull that T-zone out through the back of our back. So relax, and then let's cycle through it a couple more times. So we're lifting up, hip bone to hip bone, Squeeze that T-zone towards the back of our spine. And relax. And again, lifting up, hip bone to hip bone, and then pulling the whole thing towards our bums. Relax. One more time. Up, hip bone to hip bone, pull the whole thing back. Everything else is relaxed. We're just focusing on that area when we do T-zone. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is our spinal position. So, neutral spine, remember, the same principle applies with the diamond, even when you're not lying down. So when you've got a neutral spine, that diamond should sit straight down towards the mat. When you imprint your spine, you'll notice that your fingertips have raised up slightly. So just practice going through neutral, imprint. Remember, use those lower abs to pull the T-zone towards your spine, and that will help to imprint the spine without curling your tailbone up. So just play through that. Neutral, imprint, neutral, imprint, neutral, imprint. Awesome. So onto our breathing. Just take your hands onto those ribs, and as you inhale, the ribs expand into the hands. Exhale, the ribs are closing down towards the hips. Inhale, ribs expand into your hands. Exhale, ribs close down towards the hips. Out through the mouth. Gentle inhale, a more forceful exhale. Feel how that really pulls your rib cage up and stops you from arching through your back. It's really nice. One more. Beautiful. Okay, so the final couple of cues that are really important: shoulders down and back. So remember, that's not just relaxing your shoulders, it's pulling those shoulder blades. That center point in your back here is pulling down. You're squeezing it down towards your bum. Really small movement, but it will really help to keep your shoulders back. The more that we practice this, the better your posture is going to become, just naturally. As you walk around, you'll be doing this naturally. Just got to build up that mind-muscle connection first, but then you'll have it. Beautiful. So just a couple more of them. And then the other super important one is our chin tuck. Okay, so remember, we're trying to find length through the crown of the head. This is our crown, and to find length, it's extending the amount of space between the base of the neck and that point. And even when you think about that, your chin naturally starts to tuck. So just go through, finding length, and then feel what it feels like to be extended. Okay? The more that you get clued into how your body feels in different positions, the more that we can make little changes that change everything in your Pilates exercises and keep you super safe. So tucking, relaxing, tucking, relaxing. Beautiful. Okay, so let me introduce this bad boy. This is called a TheraBand. And so the first exercise that we're going to do, we're going back into activating the lower traps, okay? So exactly what we were just doing with our shoulders down and back, but this time grab your band, fold it in half. This could be a towel, doesn't have to be a band, and you've got it over the top of your head, and then we're doing exactly the same as what we were just doing. We are pulling that center point that's down in between our shoulder blades down towards our bum. The arms don't move, okay? This is just those lower traps that are pulling down and releasing back up. So pulling down, releasing back up. Just take a second to notice what's happened with your ribs. Have you started to stick them out? If so, pull them back in, rib to hip connection, arms overhead, and then really squeezing down. Think about really squeezing in between the shoulder blades and pulling down. That's where you want to focus all your attention. Rib cage, check. Shoulder blades down. And relax. If your arms are getting tired, just take a little second. I want to turn around and show you this, but you really won't be able to see very much. It's such a small move, but I'm basically really concentrating on this point here, and I'm pulling it down towards my bum. So shoulder blades are down and back, and I squeeze in between my shoulder blades and really draw down towards my bum. No tension in the neck, no tension in the upper traps, and relax. Squeeze and pull. Relax. Squeeze and pull. Relax. Check on my rib cage. Chin tuck. Okay. And relax. So the next move that we're going to do is called scapular dislocates, and that's because of the way that those shoulder blades or your scap has to move. So you can have your hands out wider than this. So just, you know, elongate your band or whatever to get your arms wider. And we're just going to be quite simply sitting up nice and tall out of the hips, and then the shoulders reach up and over. Arms are staying straight. Keep the shoulders facing forward, pelvis facing forward, ribs tucked in. We're coming over. Slight chin tuck. Fixate your eyes onto one spot and don't move. And you're just coming up and over. Really think about what has to happen with the shoulders here. So you need to come up and over. Make your arms wider if you need to. Up and over. It's really difficult with this one without having a mirror in front of you to check that both your arms are coming over at the same time. So if mine are not, because I've got all sorts of imbalances in my spine, so if mine are not, you'll just have to forgive me, because without a mirror it's really tough. Really tough. Okay, so keep going. Sitting up nice and tall out of the hips. Just coming forwards and back. Eyes fixated on one spot. Rib cage tucked in. We don't flare it as the hands move. Shoulders. Arms reach up and out of that shoulder socket. Really good one, this one. Not just for your shoulders, but also for stretching out your pecs. Your posture will improve in no time doing these. It's one of my faves. Alright, so you can rest back down. I'm going to show you the next exercise, and I'm actually going to stand up for this one. Okay, so our very next move is take the band, overhead, arms outstretched. So chin is tucked, shoulders are down and back. I've got my ribs closed in, T-zone tight, neutral spine, don't tuck your bum under. And as we exhale, I'm going to bring my right elbow down to meet my right knee. So the right knee lifts and the elbow comes down. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other side. Inhale back to center. Really think about the shoulder blades drawing down and back. Down and back. And as you exhale and lift up the leg, ribs to hips. Inhale back up. Exhale, rib to hip. Inhale back up. Really think about having your weight evenly distributed in your foot. So it's not all just going through your heel. You want it through like a triangle shape in your foot. T-zone tight to keep balance. Don't drop the T-zone. Inhale back up. Eyes fixed on one point. This one's even better if you've got a mirror at home. Big rib to hip. T-zone tight. What's happening with your shoulder blades? Down and back. Beautiful. Last one. And you're going to open that band out. And what we're going to do is step onto it. This one's a bit of a toughie, okay? So, you're going to inhale T-zone. Exhale, just draw that knee up in front of you. And then what we're going to do is hands come together, fists meet at the front over the top of your knee. Inhale, tighten that T-zone. Exhale. We're really squeezing our shoulder blades down and back, opening up the arms. Inhale, come back to center, reset the T-zone. Fixate your eyes on one point ahead of you. Come back in. T-zone, super tight. You can come down, put your foot down in between these moves. So you can always just bring your foot down, reset. T-zone tight, lift the leg. Exhale, open. Shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, fists together. Your straight leg is not locked out. You've got a nice micro bend. Make sure you're still standing up nice and tall. Haven't started to lean back into this one. T-zone tight. Inhale back to center. This one's tough. Keep that leg at 90. Inhale back to center. Tighten that T-zone. Then exhale. Shoulders down and back. Inhale back to center. T-zone tight. Stand up tall. Exhale. This is your last one. Foot comes back down to the mat. We're just going to be switching sides. So take this 30 seconds to really jig out. Get the blood back into that upper body. And then get your foot set up on the other side. So you want that flat band is coming from like the ball of your foot down towards your heel. So it's right in the middle. Okay, so nicely set up. Chin slightly tucked, shoulders down and back. Ribs to hips. Neutral spine. T-zone tight. And exhale, lift the leg up. Hands come together over your knee. Make sure that you're in a really nice position here. Shoulder blades down and back. T-zone tight with an inhale. Exhale, parting those arms. Shoulder blades squeezing together at the back. Inhale, come back to center. Retighten the T-zone. Exhale, shoulders down and back. Inhale, coming back to center. Fixate your eyes on one spot to help the balance, and make sure that that weight is evenly distributed throughout your foot. Micro bend in the knee. T-zone tight. Exhale. You can even squeeze the glute of the foot, of the leg that's bent. Squeeze it. Use all of your body to help you maintain this really nice balanced position. Inhale T-zone, stand up tall. Exhale. Inhale, back to the front. Remember, you can put your foot down at any point, and then you come back up. Okay, we're finished with those ones. So I just want you to just chuck your band down. We're going to do a roll down into a plank. So, standing at the end of your mat, you lift it up nice and tall, and with an exhale, start to curl your head towards your chest. Peel yourself off your imaginary wall behind you, really nice and slow. Coming all the way down. Inhale, T-zone. And now exhale. You're going to start to walk your hands out in front of you. Think about the hips staying high. And then we get to a plank. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, ribs to hips. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, pike the bum up to the air and you're inching your hands back in towards. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, peel yourself ever so slowly back up. Shoulders roll back. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, forehead down. Rolling, 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 rolling. Slow, slow, slow. Get to the bottom. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, those hands coming out in front of you. Really think about your rib to hip connection here. Coming out into that nice strong plank. Shoulders engaged. Nice long line between your shoulders, your hips and the backs of your heels. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and then as you exhale, head drops down, bum pikes high, and we push back up. Okay, just coming all the way up. And then this time, when we get all the way down, we're going to come into a side plank. So curving down, 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 down. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale. Walk it out. Beautiful. Let your knees drop down. And we're coming into this side plank position. So we are going to have our elbow directly underneath our shoulder. And then we've got our underneath leg bent. The hips are in line with the elbow, as are the feet. You can have one leg stretched out, that's okay. And with an exhale, so inhale, T-zone, exhale, push the hips up. Keep both your pelvic bones, your hip bones facing forward, shoulders facing forward. Arm comes up ahead of us, and we're reaching with an exhale. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, curving through. You really squeeze under the armpit here to stay nice and lifted in this side plank. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, squeeze and reach. Inhale, come back up. Really engage through the backs of your shoulder. Think about spiraling the back of your shoulder down towards your armpit. T-zone is tight. Really reach those fingers as they come up, lifting up, and as they squeeze through. Last one here, and then we're just going to switch sides. So hand comes down. And push yourself onto the other side and set up again. So we've got the elbow underneath the shoulder, hand is just flat on the floor, hips in line with that elbow, knees out in front of me. In T-zone, inhale, and then as we exhale, squeeze underneath the armpit, push yourself up. Just want to bring this back a little bit. Push up so you've got a nice long line, shoulders, hips and elbow. And arm reaches up ahead of us. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, scoop and reach. Really squeezing under the armpit. Inhale, come back up. Set that T-zone. Exhale. Really reach. Follow the fingers with the eye. Coming back up, really squeeze, squeeze underneath that armpit and reach. Inhale, come back up. Woo! Exhale, squeeze and reach. Inhale, come back up. Really squeezing underneath that armpit. Stay really engaged in the back of the shoulder. So exhale, really scoop and reach. Even in a half side plank, these ones will get you. Really reach. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, squeeze and reach. Okay, let the hips come back down. And I just want you to shake off. I'm just going to double check on the camera. Give me 1 second. Beautiful. Sweet. I've actually already filmed this once and then went to the camera to realise it had stopped filming. So that's nice. Anyway, let's get our band. And we're going to place it around our feet here. You can actually, have the band fully extended. Just like this. And then we're just going to do a roll back. So we're going to roll all the way back. So feet are flexed, heels digging into the mat, thighs squeezing together. Got my T-zone on, sitting up nice and tall, neutral spine. Ribs are closed down, shoulders down and back, chin tucked. And as I exhale now, I'm going to curl my tailbone up towards my belly button. And then I'm going to start to really curl down. Really drive your heels into the mat the best you can. Curling all the way down. Inhale, T-zone. Drop those shoulders down and back. Exhale, curl the head up. Coming all the way back up into your nice neutral spine. So really drive those heels in. You're just gently holding the band. You shouldn't be pulling yourself. Really curl, tailbone to belly button. Dig those heels in. Open up, shoulders down the back. Tuck the chin and the abs scoop to get us back up. Okay, we're going to move into some rows. Alright, so wrap the band around your hand and then we're sitting up nice and tall, chin tucked, eyes fixated on one spot just past the feet. Shoulders are down and back and elbows are in nice and tight to the body. And as you inhale, T-zone, exhale, drive the elbows back. Inhale, come forward, retighten the T-zone, sit up tall. Exhale, squeezing the shoulder blades in together and down. Inhale, coming forwards, T-zone tight, sitting up nice and tall. Eyes still fixated on one spot. Keep going with that one. Exhaling to pull back, inhaling to come back forward. Honestly, today is not my day. Sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, squeeze those elbows back, keep them nice and close to the body. Really fixate on that center point where you do upper bra and pull it down. Inhale, back forward, quick body scan. Feet are still gently flexed, legs squeezing together, T-zone tight. Exhale. Inhale forward. Exhale. Fixate on that point. Just that point. Really easy to start engaging through your lats and everything. You just want those lower traps working. Beautiful. So we're just going to start to sort of progress with this one now. So we're going to go into like a half roll back. So not going all the way down, half. So we inhale T-zone. We exhale, we curl the tailbone up towards the belly button. Then our arms are outstretched long, but the shoulder blades are down and back. And then we exhale to open. Inhale, back to center. Going to do this 3 times. Exhale to open. Really scoop through the abs. Hold those abs super strong. T-zone tight. Head in, just looking just past your feet. When you come back in this time, inhale T-zone, exhale, roll back up into neutral. And then we're going to inhale T-zone. Exhale, roll back, use the abs, use the abs, use the abs until your arms are outstretched. Inhale T-zone. Exhale, opening those arms up. Think about the shoulder blades squeezing together, down and back. Inhale, reset the T-zone. Shoulder blades down and back, and inhale, back in, T-zone, scoop the abs harder. Exhale. Inhale, coming back in, shoulders down and back. And curl back up. Nice. So, inhale T-zone. Exhale, tuck that tailbone towards the belly button and then curve through that lower spine. And then we're going to do 3. No tension in the neck. Keep the eyes looking just past the toes. If you're starting to feel it creep up into your neck, you're not pulling your shoulder blades down and back enough. Or you've lost your chin tuck. Exhale, come back up. Alright, so the next move that we're going to do is with a rotation. So very similar. You kind of want to just be holding on to the ends of the band here. Make sure you still got that band nice and flat on your feet as well. That's nice. So sit up nice and tall with an inhale, T-zone tight, neutral spine, ribs closed into hips. And exhale, curling that tailbone up to the belly button. Arms are going to come out straight in front of you. Now scoop the abs. And with an exhale, open up the right arm, keep the left arm straight, and your eye follows your fist. Coming back in with an inhale, tighten through, scoop the abs, exhale, squeeze that shoulder blade in and down. Inhale back in, keep a nice gentle chin tuck, even though your eyes are following your hand. Just going from side to side here. Really scoop through the abs, keep that T-zone on really tight. Coming in. If you need to, come up, you take a break, and then you curve back down. Arms outstretched, T-zone tight, shoulders down and back, and we are stretching one arm out. Come back to center. Last one. Beautiful, back into center. Okay, so for our last absolute killer, we're going to do some hundreds. So take your band, fold it in half and just lay it out underneath your legs close to your bum here, and very slowly, curling very slow back onto the mat. And I want you to grab that band with your hands. Beautiful. So we want to have our spine imprinted. We lift our legs up into tabletop and squeeze them together. Nice 90-degree angle. Check on where your feet are. Beautiful. T-zone tight with the inhale. As we exhale, curl the body up. Reach through the hands. And we're pulsing. Inhaling for 5. Exhaling for 5. We're doing 100. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really reach. Reach through the hands. Get those shoulder blades up. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost there. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 10. 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Curling back down. Beautiful work. You can get rid of this band. We're done with our Pilates for today. So I just want to show you some really nice stretches while you're still down on the mat. So for this one, you can have something underneath your head if you have a long neck like me. So you want to be lying on your side. Legs are out at like a 90-degree angle, one on top of another. And we have our hand up in the air, straight out from the shoulder. I take my other hand, place it on the back, and I'm very gently pulling it down towards the floor. If this is easy for you, which it might very well be, then you just need to bring your hand in a little bit as if you're angling it down towards your belly button a bit more. And we're just holding. Really slow your breathing down. Beautiful. Okay. So from here, you're just going to slide the top arm out, bring your other arm to the other side, and look at it. And we're just going into a scorpion with a hold. Keep your head neutral here. You can even rest it down. More about getting the stretch in the back. Try and really curve around. Imagine that you're actually a scorpion. Curving your barb around. Beautiful. Come back into center. And we're going to go straight over to the other side. So, other arm stretches out long. You push over. And open up through that hand. Love this stretch. Feels so good in the shoulder. Also a fantastic one for posture. I think I might have already mentioned that one. Anything that stretches out your chest. It's very rare to meet someone that, due to the lifestyle that the majority of us lead these days, we end up with tight pecs that then pulls our shoulders forward. You stretch them out, your shoulders can come back, you can stand taller, grow inches. Beautiful. Come back in. We're going to do our sleeper stretch, but on the other side. So you guys can just roll over. I'm just going to roll down here so that I'm my back to you. Again, something underneath your head if you like. Legs out at that 90-degree angle. Arms straight out from the shoulder. And then we've got the hand up, and I'm using the other hand to push it down towards the mat. You might find, like me, that you have one side that's a lot better than the other. Remember, if it's easy, you angle it in, angle that hand in towards your body a bit further, and then push. This one is actually one of the moves that they use to test your shoulder mobility. How close that you can get your hand down to the mat. So you'll be able to see which of your shoulders is more mobile. It might be a surprise to you. Pull that hand in a bit further. This one feels so good. Okay. And now our very last stretch. Just going to take this out. Roll onto your front, and forehead comes down to the mat. Hands reach back for your ankles. Okay, try and keep your knees pretty much at hip distance apart. Pull those abs in, shoulders down and back. And this time with an inhale, lifting the head up, but the eyes stay on the mat. And we start to push those ankles into our hands. Lift your abs, shoulders down and back. Eyes on the mat. Really push. Push those ankles into your hands. Try and create space between your collarbones at the front of your chest. Push up, lift your thighs higher. Lift those abs. Lift, 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 lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back down. Release the ankles. Legs come together. Always lift your abs when you're pushing yourself back up. How good was that? Even better that I filmed that 3 times to get it right for you. So I really hope that you enjoyed that upper back session with our TheraBand, long band, flat band, whatever you'd like to call it. These are really good for stretching. I particularly love them, that shoulder dislocates move. If you just keep your chin tucked, going over and back. If you've got no time for any other mobility in the morning, just grab a towel, even a tea towel, whatever, while you're waiting for the kettle to boil, and just come over and back. Just do a few, and you notice the difference in your shoulders in just a couple of weeks. You'll start feeling it. It's a blimmin' fantastic move. Alright, well, I'm going to let you go. Thanks for joining me in this session. Check out all of my other videos. Please like and subscribe so that I feel motivated to keep pounding out the content for you. Alright, thanks so much, guys. Take it easy.